Hello everyone, welcome back to Plan B Terraform. This is episode 3, I guess. In the last episode we got Depot Mark IIs unlocked, very exciting, and built up the infrastructure to get our 3 cities each to population 100. They haven't finished growing yet, but they'll get there. In the meantime, our goal is not a population of 100 times 3, but rather to get to 350. So at least one of our cities needs to be supplied with more than this is our largest city, right? And it a population is 111. I thought it would be capped at 100 because when it grew to 100, it started wanting concrete and reinforced concrete, and we can't supply that. But I guess they were able to still grow a little bit with the oxygen we gave them. Interesting. Anyway, even if they all got to this size, we still wouldn't be at 350, which is our next goal. So we have to give somebody reinforced concrete. And we haven't even looked up how to do that yet. The other thing that I thought was kind of interesting, I was looking at these charts in the last episode briefly. Obviously, we haven't made any real impact on a global scale with our small-time manufacturing business. Temperature is still, 20 years later, it's still minus 60 Celsius, which is very cold. And the atmospheric pressure is still basically 0. But I did ask at the beginning, or sometime during the last episode, what are SF6 and NF3? They look like chemical compounds, nitrogen fluoride or something, right? And sulfur fluoride. It kind of makes sense because we're mining sulfur and iron. I don't actually see iron listed here, but I don't know. We're not mining fluoride though, right? So where is the fluoride coming from? I don't really understand that. Maybe it's coming from nowhere, and all these numbers are both at 0. I don't see them on the chart. But it seems weird to me that we're not seeing anything from what we are mining. Anyway, so I looked up what these are. And yeah, I guess you'll be shocked to learn chemists name things very predictably. This is sulfur hexafluoride, and this is nitrogen trifluoride, so what they are, I don't know. They're not good for you, I don't think. Nitrogen trifluoride is colorless gas with a moldy odor. It is used as a fluorine source in the electronics industry and in high-power lasers. And SF6, sulfur hexafluoride, is an inorganic compound. Is it harmful? Yes, don't breathe it in, basically. So, I don't know. It seems like we're probably not supposed to have too many of these, but it's not a game mechanic yet. It's just something they're charting for us, even though it doesn't matter yet. Okay, so, I guess we can unpause, let the cities grow, and figure out who to give reinforced concrete to, and how to make it. So, how does one construct, obviously in a factory, reinforced concrete? It's just concrete and steel bars, so nothing too complicated. But we want to find a place where, and I believe that's near Ahmedabad. I keep forgetting how you say this place's name. Ahmedabad, yeah. We chose to site this city near some place where sulfur was near other stuff. So, steel bars and concrete seems pretty easy, right? And they want like 10 a year? How hard could this be? Now, the downside is that stuff is still pretty far from the city. Is there any place that's close to the city, to a city, that has access to both of those things? Not really, right? Oh, the other thing is we could, we learned how to make landmark towers, which just cost concrete and let you kind of put labels on the map. Eventually I'll need to do that, but so far I don't think I do yet. I can kind of keep in my head what we're doing next to each of the cities. And all I really care about is what resources are available nearby. So, since we don't need to ship concrete anymore, as far as I know, we can just reuse all the trucks and roads for this delivery route and ship reinforced concrete instead. And we can even build that here without needing any... how many can we make per year with one of these? 30. That should be plenty. We don't even need any roads because these actually overlap. So we can just have one depot that collects, or one kind of mining outpost that collects both things. So if we put a depot mark 2 for iron here, a factory for steel bars. I think I could use a normal depot, right? I mean, it's not like I need to be stingy with these, but I can always upgrade them later. This takes steel bars, and here I want a depot, but not for steel bars, for concrete, a factory for reinforced concrete, here a factory for ordinary concrete, and hey, and my sulfur miner, right? So like I think this makes reinforced concrete successfully. It can produce 30 per year. These can produce 30 per year. And yeah, so this... well, this needs 90 sulfur, and that's how much we're making. This needs 90 iron, and that's how much we're making. So this is a perfectly balanced factory for 30 reinforced concrete per year. Not that it has to be perfectly balanced, not that we need 30, but like we have it, so that's nice. So let's build a little depot to store all this reinforced concrete, please. And then we just need to connect up the trucks, right? Okay, don't go over that stuff, please. And I think we can say set your destination to here, right? I don't know if they're gonna get in line behind these other trucks or what. Oh, right, they're not allowed to use the same truck stop. Right. That's something I discovered at one point. So, I'm just gonna have them go here. Why is this checkered and this one has arrows? I don't understand that. But we can build a Depot Mark II here for reinforced concrete. I guess, oh, because it probably doesn't have a route set yet. So set its origin to... oh my god, it's so far. Here. Delivering reinforced concrete. This truck has successfully picked up reinforced concrete. Great. Now, we want a ton of this, right? Fortunately, we have 100 trucks lying around. But let's say we want to deliver 30 or something. Because that's how much we can make. So maybe the city wants that much, maybe it doesn't, but it's not like we're dying for trucks. So I believe, at this point, if we hit fast forward... well, actually, I don't know. We might or might not be doing everything we... let's fast forward, though, so the truck gets there. We might or might not be doing everything we need to make the city grow. Because these trucks might get in line behind the other trucks, or they might pass through them. I don't really know how that works. If they get in line, they're going to be sad, because... now, it would have been more efficient, I suppose, to take concrete from here and ship it along this road, stop off here, mix the iron in, and then keep going. Then we'd be delivering from here instead of from here. We'd need fewer total trucks. Kind of cute, right? So these trucks are indeed passing right through the other trucks. There's no congestion. Cool. So this city is ready to start growing. Yes? Good. Yes, so it is growing. And my other cities, why are you not growing? Are you at 100 already? Where are you? Okay, something seems wrong here. I didn't build the supply center. Okay. That's this. So, kind of a mistake there. No big deal. Wasted a little bit of time when they could have been growing on instead and not growing. But they'll take off pretty fast. Once people realize they have all the resources they need, they sure do reproduce quickly. This city is quite sprawling. And, oh, they built another tall thing. What is this? It's different from this, right? I'm not just seeing... There's no... Can I rotate the view? No. Oh, that's nice. Q and E choose these things. Huh. Why Q and E? None of the... Like, the other buttons in that area don't do anything. They just pick the first two? I mean, they are quite useful, but... Anyway, so... How's this city doing? Still growing... They want 24 stuff per year now. But they've made it up to like almost 200. Which is nice. At 200, are they going to start making some radical change to what they desire, I wonder? I mean, we're still supplying more than they need, so they're happy to keep growing. 200. They still just want reinforced concrete and oxygen. Cool. But they want 24 of it. We're supplying 30 of both of those, I believe. Oh, this is only 24, huh? Okay, well, let's make this a Depot Mark II. I mean, we're supplying enough right now, but I'd rather supply 30. Because that's what I was doing at the other town that I built this for, I believe. 336, nearly there. Yeah, these guys are just doing their thing. And this city isn't growing. Did I forget the supply center here too? I can't have. Oh, that's not a city. Where are you? No, they're going. But they're not getting... They reached their limit. They're not growing because they don't have reinforced concrete anymore. Okay. Yeah, I don't... Hello? I hope what it was telling me wasn't important. Build a greenhouse gas factory to release sulfur hexafluoride. Okay, apparently we want that? I thought it was bad to breathe? Oh, but... I see. Our objective is to increase the temperature. So this is not to make the outside air breathable. It's to get the temperature up so that we can start having things like water. I mean, not yet. We're still minus 60, but eventually we could get warm enough that there could be liquid water and trees and stuff. So, okay, we're not going to pump oxygen into the air. We're going to heat up the air so that some other process can make oxygen for us. So, I see. Sulfur fluoride, or SF6, is a greenhouse gas. So we're going to just, like, smash together sulfur and fluorite, basically, I guess? Ah, it needs high-tech parts. Oh, look at this. Tell me. Produce a greenhouse gas like sulfur hexafluorite. Wow, 24,000 times more powerful than CO2. Or nitrogen trifluoride, which is 8,000 times more powerful than CO2, and release it into the atmosphere. I see. So we need to make these using high-tech parts. I assume that's going to need aluminum or maybe carbon? I don't know. And then once we've made these, we need to feed them sulfur and fluoride to make SF6. Okay, cool. So what's these guys' population? 112. So it might be nice to make them grow, but so far that's not one of our objectives. And it also doesn't seem to be useful in any way to make the city larger, other than that was one of our objectives. I'm sure there will in the future be reasons to make cities larger for their own sake. Probably. Like, there'll start being people who, whatever, do something that we care about. But so far there isn't. So, I mean, I could, like, triple the size of a city by starting to deliver it reinforced concrete. I guess. Or not triple, but... yeah, about triple, actually. Went from 100 to almost 300, and probably will get to 300 before it stops growing. But I don't have any need to. I need to discover, like, how to start making greenhouse gas. That's my current objective. Can I look forward? I can't. So we already know about polymer bars, reinforced concrete, and Depot Mark II. This is our first time that we're going to need high-tech parts. These need aluminum and polymer. Isn't that what we needed for the Depot Mark II? Yeah. Okay, just in different ratios, even more aluminum. Okay. And then we also need iron, right? Because the high-tech parts... need to be mixed with mechanical parts. So we need to be combining aluminum and iron and carbon. The carbon can come from anywhere, but we need to find a place that has aluminum and iron near each other, like this, right? We've already built... what am I making here? Atmospheric extractors, yes. We've... wait, what goes into a high-tech part? Right, it's the mechanical parts and polymers, right? I already forgot. Oh, aluminum and polymer, and then we mix that with mechanical parts. So the aluminum and polymer we can build without shipping anything. I guess we're not going to be able to reuse this road because it's going the wrong way. I mean, I could ship aluminum, I guess. There's not really any need. It's not clear how I could usefully reuse stuff, I think. Are we, like, by the way, running out of any of this stuff? Still 170 of this here, so I'm not too worried. It's just a rock. Okay. So, I guess I should figure out what requires the least shipping, probably. So, high-tech parts take 2 aluminum. And this requires 3 mechanical parts. So I guess it makes the most sense to ship the high-tech parts just as I was shipping the aluminum here, right? Because we need 3 mechanical parts for every 1 high-tech part. And I can assemble mechanical parts without shipping, and I can assemble high-tech parts without shipping. Okay. So I don't know how many greenhouse gas emitters I'm going to need, but let's just build a modestly sized... Oh, actually, how long does it take to make one of these? How many can you make in a year? 12. I mean, that seems like a lot. That seems like enough. So, keeping in mind that we're going to be trying to supply one of these, which wants 12 high-tech parts per year. And a high-tech part is 1 aluminum bar, which is 2 aluminum. So I only need like 2 aluminum extractors, right? So I don't need very many. But for carbon, I need like 4 carbon extractors. Okay. So let's just... Oops. I guess that would be fine. I'm using a Depot Mark II anyway. So here's my Depot Mark II for aluminum ore. Why did I build so many extractors? Who knows? It doesn't seem to matter. They're basically... Hang on, I only have 5 left? Or 9, or whatever that number is? I must have emptied out the iron I was using over here. Is that right? Close enough to right. Okay, well that's... I'm glad I noticed that. I built them near the edge and I'm now suffering for it, but... There you go. Actually, this one looks dead too. Everyone happy? Are we going to start actually making this stuff again? Yes. Good. So there is this kind of, you know, using up resources at some point. I guess I'd better clean up the rest of this while I'm here. This stuff everybody seems very happy with because I do not build many trucks. And I way overbuilt for this stuff. Well, I don't know. Did I? I guess what I could say is that I have apparently built more capacity for truck making than I have demand for trucks. So I don't really have to do anything with the rest of this stuff to make them happy. Okay, let's throw in these extra extractors. What is this making? Factories. So we're not running short of those. Alright, all of this is fine. But we're gonna have to, like, tend to that eventually in a more serious way. And I've already lost track of where I was doing everything. If only I had signs! Here we are. This is where I was starting to build a bunch of extractors for aluminum, and then I noticed I was almost out. So please, a factory for aluminum bars. I think a Depot Mark I is plenty for aluminum bars. We need a factory as well for high-tech parts, which needs a depot for polymer bars, which needs a factory for polymer bars, which needs a depot for carbon and atmospheric extractors all around. So I haven't thought about the ratios yet. I just wanted to get something going. Now I have a factory for high-tech parts, which is going to need to be shipped up here at some point. I guess it actually also needs a depot, probably. Depot for high-tech parts. Save that stuff up. Yes, they are bringing it over. We're building all this. Everything looks lovely. Okay. So do we want to think at all about ratios here? I don't know. Not really. Just build however much is easy. Because the number of high-tech parts we're making is, like, kind of a lot, right? Is it? this thing can supply... It can consume 60 aluminum, which is 4 of these. So it's being overfed right now. But I guess if I built another factory and 2 more extractors... Is that right? I might... Hang on. I got confused about aluminum consumption in a previous build. Let's make sure I have it right here. Even though, as I said, it doesn't matter. These produce 30 aluminum bars per year, which require 2 aluminum ore each, so that's 60 aluminum ore per year. That's 4 of these. So yes, every 1 of these to 4 of these. Fine. But is that our limiting factor? Let's look here. We consume... well... We're making 30 aluminum bars per year, which is enough to make only 15 high-tech parts per year, which means we need 15 polymer per year, which I don't think we're making, because that's 15 polymer is 45 carbon. And these are producing 12. Oh, so they're producing 60. So yeah. I mean, I don't know. Obviously the ratios are not balanced. I should just work out the, like, what... There's so many different things. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're producing a decent number of high-tech parts. That's all I really care about at the moment. So, we want to ship those up here to a mechanical parts factory. I believe this is already a mechanical parts factory, but we need another? Yeah. And for reference... This thing is running full-time, I believe, right? No. It's limited by aluminum. I'm sorry, are you saying you can make 90 aluminum... Oh, this makes 3 high-tech parts. 90 times? It makes 180 high-tech parts a year. If it's fully staffed, okay. But to make this run full-time, we would need a lot of aluminum, right? 180 aluminum. And then it would make 270 high-tech parts a year. Wow, that's a lot. I mean, 180 aluminum would not be impossible or anything. It's what? 10, 12 of these extractors and 6 factories. It's a lot, but it could be done. But I don't have a demand for that many high-tech parts. I'm just gonna figure we're making plenty of high-tech parts at the moment. But I guess the question is, like, how do I balance that with the amount of... Since I can't figure out how many high-tech parts we're making, I mean, I should be able to, right? I think my limiting factor is this factory. And it's making 30 aluminum bars, which means 15 high-tech parts a year. No, 45 high-tech parts a year, because we produce 3 every production cycle. So if we wanted to make use of all 45 of those per year, which of course we don't have to, but if we did want to, then we would need 3 times as many mechanical parts, right? Although we would also need, like, 4 assembly plants for this thing seems crazy. So to just satisfy one of these assembly plants seems like enough. That's many greenhouse gas emitters, I guess. So let's just aim for that. Let's aim for 36 mechanical parts in a year, which is 3 assembly plants. Oh no, that's for atmospheric extractors. Let's aim for 30. Who needs 36? So we'll just satisfy one factory of these guys, which needs 30 steel bars, which needs 60 90 iron. So we've done that before. That's just 6 extractors. Okay, fine. A lot of work to do exactly what I've been doing every other time, but I convinced myself that it's like reasonable. Iron, then a factory for steel bars, a depot for steel bars, a factory for mechanical parts, a depot for mechanical parts, and let's build then our... Okay, it's just mechanical parts and high-tech parts, right? Yes. Let's build our assembly plant then here to make greenhouse gas emitters, generators, and give it a depot here for high-tech parts, and then we just have to connect the dots. Buses or trucks, I guess. Like so. Great. You set your origin. What the? What is this cursed traffic circle? Oh my god, whatever. Please deliver high-tech parts. We said we're satisfying this one. We're making 30 steel bars a year, which I believe is our limiting factor. Which is 30 mechanical parts, which is 10 greenhouse gas generators, which is 10 high-tech parts. So I really only need to be able to satisfy 10 per year, right? That's like 2 trucks, but we'll send 3. It's working! We're building greenhouse gas generators. Okay, I didn't screw anything up here aside from all the ratios and every efficient thing you could think of. Have we done it? Have we built one? Not yet. It's working! Go, go, go! Faster! But I'm not gonna hit faster. I want to savor the moment. We did it! We have 1 greenhouse gas generator. So, those are going to build up somewhat slowly. I don't really know how many we're going to need. Because, I mean, I can now put one down if I want and look at it. Use sulfur hexafluoride, please. And I can see its production rate, 30 per year? Who knows how much of that you need to increase the temperature? I don't know. But we need to find a place to put all this now. We need sulfur and fluoride, right? This looks promising. Is that fluoride? Yeah. So here's a nice little South Pole, right? That's about where we are. Yeah, that's the South Pole. I got lost already. Nice little South Pole outpost, kind of designed for greenhouse gas, it feels like. So let's... Still have plenty of extractors. Good. I mean, it's a kind of limited size of... These deposits are not very large. But, like, that should be fine, I guess. You're collecting fluorite. Now, something I still don't totally understand is, like, I think in principle you can use depots to, like, connect to other depots without needing trucks. But also, like, I don't understand how to do that. I tried putting, in my off-camera playlist, I tried putting Mark 1 depots next to each other, and, like, in some circumstances, it occasionally looked like some was moved from one to the other, but most of the time it wasn't, and so, I don't know. This is, like, the smallest truck route you could imagine, but I think that's how we're going to run it. So, if we build, like... I don't know. Can I, like... Let's say I build right here. Within reach of this, some depots, right? Or some consumer thingies. Now, how many... This can consume 30 of each ore per year. Which means 3 of these is exactly the right number to balance out 6 extractors on either side. It's 2 extractors to 1 generator. And so I kind of feel like I ought to be able to say, right here, a depot for... And it looks like it does work. So I don't need a truck stop here, but I don't totally understand what's happening. How do they know that they should take it from here to here and not from here to here? I guess this one is generating demand because there's buildings next to it that want some. And this one's generating supply because there's stuff that wants to go in here. I don't know. But it worked. We set up 3 generators. You know, is the temperature going up very quickly? No. It sure would be nice to build a bunch more. And we can easily, like, double our production of this ore. And I think we can do the same up here, right? So that doubles this stuff. And then we need to double these guys in a place that is reachable to everyone. Here should do, if I just say move the fluorite over here when you're ready. And, we've increased the temperature by 0.22. So there is a little thing here measuring it for me. It's going up pretty fast, actually. I mean, in the grand scale of things, increasing global temperature by like 0.01 degrees per day seems insanely fast. And that seems like about where we are. Maybe it's 0.01 per week or something. But that's very fast. If that were happening on Earth, we wouldn't last very long, I guess. Okay, cool. Could I easily extend this any further? Sure. Throw in a couple more of these guys. Can I find 4 more extractors to squeeze in without having to build another depot? 1, 2, 3. Not that there's any reason I should try to avoid squeezing in the depot, but here we are. That's what I'm doing. So not quite. 1, 2. Oh, that's not. There's not a thing there. Okay, I've made this sort of difficult, I guess. Whatever. Some of these are going to be idle, I guess. Let's just knock this one over. And we're like halfway there, so I'm just going to speed up time, and I guess it'll be the end of the episode when we get there and learn what cool... Oh, that city just shrank. I saw it flash red there. What's that all about? I mean, they are... Ooh, okay. So they've grown to size 678. Wow, okay. And they're demanding a ton of reinforced concrete and oxygen. More than I'm supplying. So they're gonna shrink, they're gonna hover at about this level, going, you know, up and down occasionally, I guess. It wouldn't be hard, I guess, to give them more oxygen if that's the limiting factor. Like, whoops, that doesn't reach. Ah! How did I manage to do that? I thought I closed that. Oh well. So, truck stop, please. Set your destination to here. Carrying oxygen, please. And just in case trucks are the limiting factor. I don't think they are, though. So this is 12 times... How many of these do I have? We did it! Okay, pause. Reach population of 1,000. Okay, cool. Oh, and we learned about trains. Nice. I mean, so this is enough oxygen. The oxygen is not the limiting factor. It's either trucks or reinforced concrete. And it looks like it's not reinforced concrete, so it was trucks. Or whether it was or not, it is now. I think it was trucks, though, because I had like 5 of these. And I guess they needed 6 to sustain that population level. Anyway, okay, so that's our next goal, is to make this a larger city. But we get to play around with trains to see how to do that without, like, I guess the tedium of trucks somehow is lessened by trains? Or some other inconveniences, or you get much higher throughput, who knows? We'll find out tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.